Motley Fool drops the ball on the best time to claim Social Security is 65. Eesh. So this came across my feed the other day. I said, all right, let's check this out. By old Robin Hartill, something like that. Dateline May 3rd, 2023. The best argument for claiming Social Security at age 65. And they got some key points. Two of the key points mean I don't get it. The reason is Medicare eligibility begins at 65. Okay, you think that makes sense. All right, but I don't want Medicare. I don't want Social Security at 65 because I don't want to get my reduced benefit. And we're going to make the argument for the best argument for claiming at 65. Essentially, this whole article comes back to the fact that you're on Medicare, and Social Security. If you're on Social Security, you don't see a Medicare premium comes directly out of your your Social Security benefit. That's it. I was surprised by that because she's putting two and two together, but she's not quite getting the point. So if you claim Social Security at 65, it's going to be reduced because you're before your full retirement age, but you'll be on Medicare at the same time. So your Social Security benefit, if you got $1,000 a month in Social Security and Medicare costs $100 a month, you're going to net $900. And I was like, okay. And then she goes into talk where whoever Robin is, right here. Once you're enrolled in both Social Security and Medicare, Social Security will automatically deduct your premiums, which covers routine health care, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's important to note that you don't need to be eligible. You don't need to be taking Social Security to be eligible for Medicare. That's what she says. So I was kind of surprised by that. It didn't really say much, and I was like, they just dropped the ball here, man. And then they go into the stupid Fidelity study about, oh my goodness, you need to have $315,000 for health costs, and that doesn't include long-term care. All right, so then we're going to look at the hold harmless provision, and this is directly from SSA.gov. Social Security works together with the CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, to make sure you won't have a reduction in your Social Security benefits as a result of Medicare Part B premium increase. A special rule called the hold harmless provision protects your Social Security payment from decreasing due to an increase in Medicare Part B. All right. The base in 2022 is $170, all right, which was $21 higher than it was in 2021. Everybody with me so far on that? Yes, you are. To qualify for hold harmless, you need to be on Social Security. That's it. You need to be on Social Security to qualify for hold harmless provisions. If you're not on Social Security, you're not eligible for hold harmless provisions. If you're on Medicare but not Social Security, and if you're subject to IRMA. All right. So in of itself, really, that makes sense. All right. So I'm the hold harmless provision, no big deal, right? Well, it can be a big deal. So let me show you how this works. We're going to draw out my whiteboard. We're getting a Social Security benefit of $1,000 a month, all right, and a Medicare premium of $100 a month. Social Security benefits $1,000 a month. Now we have a 5% increase in Social Security. We're netting $50 a month more. All right, so we have a 5% COLA, 5% COLA on Social Security. That gives us an extra $50 a month in our pocket. Now Medicare has a 10% COLA, so now Medicare costs $110. Whereas before it cost $100. So the COLA for Medicare was twice that of Social Security. But I'm still netting $1,040 from my Social Security benefit, even after the Medicare premiums went significantly higher from a cost of living perspective than my Social Security. I'm still I'm not netting 140. I'm netting how much am I netting there? Hold on just a second. We got 150 minus 110. I'm netting 150 minus 110. I got to do my calculator. So because you don't remember, you don't do basic math, you idiot. I'm netting let me just pause the freaking thing. I'm netting 940, whereas before I was just netting 900. All right, so I was netting 900 before. Now I'm netting 940. So I'm not going to be held harmless because my Social Security benefit actually increased greater in dollars amounts than my Medicare. Now, check this out, though. We're going to look at my man right here from the balance right here. The Medicare hold harmless provision compares the net dollars of both monthly payments. If your Social Security benefit during January turns out to be a lower dollar amount than you received in December, then you will get the hold harmless. In my example here, you did not get the hold harmless because your net benefit was still higher, even though the percentages were much higher for Medicare. All right. But it gets worse. So let's go to my man Devin Carroll here. All right, so check this out. I want to show you guys something here. This is the number one reason to take Social Security at 65, because of hold harmless. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If you're one of the people who are not covered by the hold harmless provision, pay attention to this, says my man Devin Carroll. And Devin, I've interviewed him. He's got a good YouTube channel. Follow him. Devin Carroll, just on YouTube. So now we're on Medicare, but we're not taking Social Security because we don't want to have a reduction in benefits. Remember, if we take it before our full retirement age, Social Security that is, we will have a reduction in benefits. So we're going to wait till our full retirement age, or we're even going to wait till we're 70 to get the delayed earnings credits. All right, but we're on Medicare because you have to be on Medicare at 65. So check this out. If you're one of those people who are on Medicare but not on Social Security, pay attention. Medicare premiums are calculated to cover 25% of the cost of the Part B program. The other 75% is paid from the taxes you paid while you're working, the FICA. All right. So 25% of the Part B is covered from our Medicare premiums, Part B premiums. So when Medicare calculates a new premium for the next year, they take into consideration those who are held harmless and those who are not. Remember, the net result of the premiums coming in needs to be 25% of the program's cost. So if you have a year with a large increase in premiums and a majority of the beneficiaries are held harmless, those who are not held harmless will have to pay a disproportionate share of that increase, which happened in the first part of the 2010s, when there's no Social Security cost of living adjustment to benefits, and yet Medicare premiums did adjust. That increase had to be carried by those who were not protected. The result was a 14.6% increase in Medicare premiums for those who were not protected. Just a few years later, in 2015, this topic came up again because the early forecast for the Part B premiums were looking at a 52% increase, which would have been a $55 a month increase for those who were not held harmless. And that's it forever. If you're not being held harmless, you'll have an increase of $55 a month on your Part B, and that doesn't just drop once you're on Medicare. That goes forever. That's what they're basing their future increases on. And check this out, my man here. Let's see. If you get to a year where this can be an issue, it can make sense to file for benefits and get protection from this rule. The changes for the year are typically announced in October, and you only have to be entitled to benefits for November and December. So effectively, you have about a month to plan. So check this out, though. My man gives us even a better example here. All right, I want to go into this. This is from metagapseminars.org. I think this guy's got a YouTube channel. Yeah, he looks familiar. Matt Clausen or something like that. I think he's on there. I like him. All right. So we're going to, historically, most of the occasions where individuals were held harmless from high Medicare rate increases were in periods of very low inflation. For example, there were several occasions in 2010 and 2020 where Social Security COLAs was 2.8% or lower, as low as 0.3% in 2017. In those cases, the issue was not that there was unusually large price increases in Medicare, but that Social Security COLAs were negligible. A 0.3% increase in Social Security benefits meant that Social Security checks increased by only $4 a month for the average recipient. However, that same year, the Part B premiums increased by $12 a month. So if you were, again, under hold harmless, you would not have lost that. Your Social Security went up by 4, the Medicare premiums went up by 12. If you're held harmless, you're back down to 4. But check this out. That year, 70% of Medicare recipients benefited from the hold harmless, and they paid only $109 in Medicare premiums. Those who were not eligible, though, paid an extra $12.80 for the same Part B premiums, because the 30% who are not eligible bore the brunt for the entire class, the 100% of the beneficiary increases, the benefit increases. Because remember, Part B, 25% of Part B has got to come from Medicare Part B premiums. And if 70 to 80% are on Medicare are also on Social Security, they're not getting those increases because we just said it went from basically you got a $4 increase in Social Security, a $12 increase in Medicare. Those who were held harmless only had a $4 increase. The other 30% of the people had to bear the brunt for the other $8, which meant their premiums went up by almost $13 a month. And that's for the rest of their life. That starts the baseline. What if we have a significant year where Social Security COLAs are low and Medicares are through the roof and you're being held harmless? And you're not being held harmless. That's going to affect you not for that year, but for the rest of your life. That's the number one reason to take Social Security at 65, in my opinion. Hey, number one reason. I'm surprised the Motley Fool didn't see that. Love your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Craig Israelson will be joining us tonight at 8 p.m. Hey! To talk about how to make your money last in retirement using historical data, and we'll challenge him some. I like Craig. But it'll be fun. And then they'll be live here on YouTube and Rumble. Don't forget my retirement planning course last week for a 50% discount. Go to the doobly-doo down below. You'll see the link. And I'll put the link prominently in the show notes. And use coupon code TAX. Coupon code TAX. And don't forget, I got my new book out there as well. Relax and Retire. We'll see you guys.